Well, if you missed it before, we leaked Harbor Freight's parking lot sale a couple weeks back. I'll put a link down below if you want to see the full long form video on that. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit all the ones that I think, like the top 10 or so items that I think are the really hot buys. And there's some screamers in this deal if you haven't seen it. So let's jump into it. But before we do, I want to thank today's sponsor, and that's Tecovas. As a lot of you know, I live up here in Montana, and some of you may know that my kids are involved in rodeo. And one of the rules they have is that you got to dress the part, you got to dress Western. And that goes for the parents as well. Well, if you want to be involved back behind the paddock, stuff like that, we do try to be involved with the stuff our kids do. So as such, I've been looking for a solidly built boot that was good looking and affordable as well. And you know what? As such, I've been eyeballing Tecovas because that's kind of what they're known for. They have a focus on making real Western wear accessible to everyone, even for somebody with my grizzly-sized 15 feet here. And yeah, big boots. And you know what? And I gotta love them for that. These boots, they're made with a focus on quality, comfort, and safety. And have I mentioned they also make work boots? All Tecova work boots are fully waterproof. They have a Goodyear welt construction. Their work boots meet ASTM standards for safety toe, slip resistance, and protection from electrical hazards. In other words, you get safety and comfort in every single step. I can tell you that they're comfortable right out of the box. Nice, pliable, premium leathers. Ready to wear, ready to go, which means you can get to work right away, whether that work is on the job site, back behind the corral, or taking your lady out for dinner, in town. Just don't let your son try to steal them, man. He got one look at these and he thought he was gonna walk off with them. That wasn't happening. Anyway, if you do want to see them in person, because I know a lot of you like to get your hands on these sort of things, they do have stores. Go check one out. They offer complimentary drinks, free boot shines. You can even get the perfect fit from the expert staff. Tecovas even offers complimentary branding and leather stamping if you want to personalize your boots or other leather goods. Now, as far as which one to go with, well, for me, I'm not super flashy. I like to go with the classics, and that's why I went with the Doc here. This boot features a broad square toe, right? Classic square toe. That's a man's kind of boot. 12-inch shaft, flame stitching, a little bit of something there. Full stacked leather heel with a rubber heel cap there to give you some traction, give you some cushioning also when you're walking. Hung leather lining on the inside there, so you got comfort inside and out. It's got a leather sole. It's got a 3/4 Goodyear welt construction. It's made with bison leather. It's got wood and brass nail construction here in the arch. Now, click on the link in my description down below, or you can scan the QR code that's up on the screen somewhere and get your new favorite pair of boots today. And remember, you don't have to be a cowboy to do cowboy shit. Anyway, thanks again to Tecovas, but let's jump into the deals. So this starts on Monday, March 3rd, and goes through Sunday, March 9th. Now, the first 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have to be inside Track Club members to get that early access. And remember, before, that didn't mean as much as it does these days, but it does now because A, some of the items may sell out. B, the open box items, there were some really big deals we're going to talk about at the end. Those will probably be all picked over and gone by the time you get there. But anyway, so on the top row there, I think the real standout there is over here on the far right, the 500 lumen LED rechargeable magnetic foldable slim bar work light. That is this sucker right here. I keep one next to my desk. I use this thing all the time. It's super flexible. It's magnetic on the bottom. It's just a great all-around light. I absolutely love it. And it's all sorts of uses and stuff for it, which is why I keep it right there, right at hand. That is a great buy. What is it? $13.98, $14, call it what it is, $14. Oh my gosh. All right, down on the next row, I would have said the US General 42-inch would be an absolute blowout at $500. But just yesterday, we had the whole 25% off. But a lot of people missed it. It came out last minute. A lot of people were like, hey, I'm at work today. I can't make it. What am I going to do? Still, at $500, it's only $50 more. At $500, that 42-inch cabinet is the real deal. It is probably one of the best home gamer solutions out there. I think it is definitely a must-buy, even at that price. Now let's jump back into it. The Predator 3500 super quiet generator there with CO Secure at $600. That's a decent one. The Icon, that's really for the pros. Most of the home gamers aren't going to be spending almost $800 on an OBD2 scanner. But if you are a pro or you really want to step up, that's a good system there. Decent floor jack pump there, rapid pump I should say. It's coming in at $90. All right, now here's where things get crazy. 30% off Hercules corded power tools. A lot of people have asked, hey, is this going to include like the planer, some other stationary kind of stuff? Is it going to include chargers? And I don't believe so. I think it's powered hand tools. But once the flyer officially drops, which didn't happen this weekend, we'll know for sure. And I'll put a post over on I guess they call it the post section now of the page and let you know, or over on the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, you got to hop over there. It's a great place to ask questions, get feedback, find out all the day-to-day stuff that we just don't have time to make a video about. All right. So the Hercules stuff, 30% off. But the next one, oh my gosh, 40% off Quinn, all socket sets and ratchets. Okay, the Quinn ratchets are okay. I like the Icon ratchets better. The Quinn ones are just okay. But those socket sets, we're talking about the master socket sets that I've just been going on and on about. You're talking about the chrome, quarter inch, the half inch, the 3/8. They got the 3/8 impact, the half inch impact. Those 5 sets are just phenomenal for the money. And at 40% off, 40% off. There's just nothing else out there. And I think, honestly, that they're to the level of what we call a value pro kind of level. They're fantastic sockets. They're great sets. There's no skips. You got your shallows, you got your deeps. They got 6 points. They got extensions. They got just all sorts of stuff in there. They're huge sets. They're just unbelievably huge. I'm going a little crazy because 40% off on this is insane. It is buy it now. It's Christmas in I guess it's technically going to be March then. So you got to check it out. 50% off the Hardy gloves. That's pretty good. The Vulcan welder. Now this is the Omni Pro 220. This is the does it all kind of welder. And $850. That's a solid price on that. I want to jump over here to the Badlands winch. 12,000 pound for $280. That is, it's not the synthetic rope, it's not the Apex, but that's a 12,000 pound winch for under $300. Is it the fastest winch in the West? No, but you know what? Slow and steady is what I care for. I hear a lot of people complain the Badland winches aren't as fast as the Warn winch. When I'm winching something out of a ditch, I don't care about how fast it's coming. If I want slow and steady, brother, and this will do it at $280. Considering how often you probably have to use your winch, and they're being used everywhere. I see every overlander build these days using the Badlands winch. It's just the go-to. It's the de facto at this point. All right, anything else on this page? At the bottom center, that 9-piece wobble socket set, don't sleep on that for $10. That's a great deal. And I know a ton of you love the heat gun there for $10. And I got to tell you, the Voyager bag for $5 is pretty good too. All right, next page we got, let's see, anything else on here? I'm not going crazy about any of this stuff. This combo, I wish it was the brushless combo, but this impact wrench, this is a serious high torque impact wrench. Great one for the home gamer. You're getting that here it's tool only for $100. That's a great one. This, the Admiral saw, it's okay. The Hercules portable, it's a great stand, but $100 is kind of the standard sale price, so that doesn't get me super excited on that. $20 on this grinder is pretty good. How about 40% off all cutoff and grinding wheels? Time to stock up. All right, next page here, we got anything super exciting here? I don't know, nothing's really just leaping off the page. These are good, solid compressors in here, but those are all standard sale prices here. No, we're going to go to the next page here. With the U.S. General 72 inch, it's at $1,400, which I was just talking about in yesterday's video. It's $50 more than the sale price. I should say the best ever sale price. So at that price, that's a buy it price. Definitely grab it at that price. If you missed the sale yesterday, $50 more for the 72 inch. That's pretty good. How about the 5-drawer mechanics cart for pre-pandemic pricing coming in at $190? $190 on that one. That's a don't sleep on that one. We come down here, the 1.5 low profile jack for $80. If you've got a lightweight car, like a small compact or something like that, just your average little hatchback kind of stuff, that'll probably do you fine. Or if you're racing jacks on Friday, the peg style socket trays, $18. That is a huge discount on those. Remember, I'm not a big fan of them, but a lot of people love them. I'll be honest, I don't, for as far as density of your sockets, it's hard to get much better than that. It really is. I'm doing a build here on the full bank cart, and I'm probably going to go with that style. I hate to say it, but it's probably going to happen. The Rapid Pump Floor Jack 3-ton there, Daytona for $125. That's a decent price. Come over here, the snap ring pliers, the AP snap ring pliers for $50. That is a great deal. That's a solid one right there. Getting good, rather than having to get the one where you pull the little pins out and you have one plier and you have the different tips and stuff. That is such a pain. Get this set. This set is just going to make it so much easier. The Hallmaster 1720 pound capacity trailer for $500. That's a nice deal here. Remember, these cushion grip screwdrivers, they're absolute trash. Just avoid those. Let's see here. We got the titanium. Actually, we can go through the top. We got the blue batteries. Those are a good deal. The 20-bin storage, always a great deal at under $6. Let's keep going through it. The welding table at $150. Okay. Here we go. The Easy Flux at $120. That's an okay price. The Unlimited 200 Professional for the DIY prosumer grade welder. That's a fantastic welder at a solid price. But look at this Predator down here, 9,500 watt super quiet. That's a screaming deal on that. That is, my wife and I bought that because we want some power for the whole house here, and we bought that with our own money. And when it way back when on sale, and we didn't even get it that cheap. That is a buy it now, just outrageous deal kind of price on it. Get it quick. All right, and then let's come over here. We got a pole saw. We got the kite, the work table, yada yada. The Vanguard 100 foot cord. That's a heavy duty 100 foot cord. That's not a bad price on that. Pretty much standard pricing on everything else here. Remember, I'm not a fan of the chair. It's too short. And then we got to talk about the liquidation sale. Remember it says up to 78% off on hundreds of open box as is discontinued items. Here's what you got to do. You should have already been planning. If you've been listening to the channel, I'll tell you this. You got to make nice with your manager. Get to know him, all right? Then you've got to figure out and before that, you got to figure out which store in your area, if you've got multiple choices, is the one that usually gets the most of the factory returns. That is the things that people send in for service. They get them a replacement. Well, they fix that one. They send it back, and that's when they sell them at the stores. Or they have open box as-is kind of items. Usually there's in an area where there's multiple stores, one of those stores is going to get the vast majority of it. Find that store, get to know that manager, and be an inside track member. And that's when you get these savings. Now, the longer you wait, the higher the savings can go. But someone's going to come in and scoop it here before you. If you're trying to wait till Sunday, it's just not going to happen. But this is where you get some really big deals. So make sure you jump all over that. Anyway, again, I'll put a link to the full-length video if you want to see we go through every single item and talk about the whole thing. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.